Pittsburgh has been transformed into a huge artist gallery for this year's Three Rivers Arts Festival.
On this special edition of Evening Magazine, we'll see how one group of artists has created a sculpture for a familiar but often overlooked Pittsburgh landmark.
And finally, get ready for some foot-stomping music with the brother-sister trio, the Flying Cunninghams.
Sounds like a lot of excitement to me. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Burnett.
And I'm Liz Miles. Stay right where you are for a special festival edition of Evening Magazine.
Performances for the Three Rivers Arts Festival will be held every day of the festival from noon until 10 p.m. And the best part about it is they're all free.
Now, we have found a group of local bluegrass performers whose performances you're not going to want to miss. And they have more in common than just their music.
Sue Cunningham solves problems for Westinghouse as a metallurgical engineer. Steve Cunningham studies electrical engineering at the University of Pittsburgh. Tom Cunningham researches cancer as a PhD candidate in molecular biology. But they share more than just their last name and their father's scientific interest. Together, they are the Flying Cunninghams. Tom, Sue, and Steve began their musical lives not playing foot-stomping, toe-tapping bluegrass music, but as classical musicians. Their mother plays the violin, and she instilled in them and in another brother and sister a love of music at a very early age. In 1973, they were named Amateur Musical Family of the Year and even made an appearance on the TV show To Tell the Truth.
And at the end of the interview, all seven of us got up and played a piece.
Al Benoni, trumpet concerto.
Dad played the trumpet, and Brian and I played the violas. Steve played the cello. He was quite small at the time. Sue was playing the piano.
And Mom and Karen played the violin.
And Susan made the arrangement up for the piece.
Throwing up and down, inside like my...
You gotta make that sharper. It's gotta, okay? I don't want you to run away with it, okay?
But when Tom was in high school, he picked up a guitar. That was the beginning of the changeover to the bluegrass music they now play.
It's lively, it's
It has
happy.
a good beat, you can tap your toe. It gets you taken up with the music. You can't just sit there and listen to it. You have to be into the music.
Each of the Cunninghams contributes something special to the group. Tom writes many of their songs. Steve adds strength in the vocals and depth to their sound. And Sue, who her brothers agree is the leader of the group, makes sure everything is musically correct. Sue is also the best musician. She's won 2 area fiddling championships during the last year. In fact, it's her quick finger work that gave them the name, the Flying Cunninghams.
Bluegrass makes us real happy, I think. It just, for me to look over at Sue when we're up on stage and see her smiling and seeing her fingers going 90 miles an hour, that makes you happy seeing that, knowing you're a part of it.
Sure, it's all a fun thing. I don't think any of us would do it if it wasn't so fun. It's a really good time.
You can see the Flying Cunninghams perform Saturday, June 18 at noon in the Westinghouse Plaza, or on Sunday, June 19 at 3 p.m. in Point State Park.
Well, John, what do you think? Are you going to keep busy seeing everything at this arts festival?
I'm going to do my best. I'm just glad that we've got 2 whole weeks in which to do it. It's going to take that.
Well, that's true, but you have to have a plan, you see. You can't be haphazard. I bought you this catalog, and I've marked some important things in here that you shouldn't miss. Now, there's this great New York painting exhibit in the PPG building over that way, and then there's the refrigerator doors outdoors where the kids all hang their paintings. There's the films at the Arcade Theater on the south side. There's the floating sculpture down in Point State Park that's changed 3 times, 3 different
times. Good night,
times.
everybody.
But there's more. There's the photography exhibit at the Art Institute, and you have to try the blimps, and the bubbles are great, Samuel.
I'll have the blues car in long as you stay down. I'll have the